So you need to get dinner on the table in a real hurry, and you don't want to be doing a lot of dishes. My skillet enchilada recipe is absolutely perfect. So we are going to get to work on it right away. So the first thing we start with is 2 to 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Sometimes your chicken breasts are really large, and in this case, they're pretty big, so 2 should just do it. But 2 to 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And one of my secrets to getting dinner on the table very, very quickly is, in this case, instead of cooking the chicken breasts whole, I want to dice them up into little pieces, and that way they're going to cook in a quarter of the time, in just minutes. So obviously the smaller the pieces, the quicker this chicken is going to cook. So be thinking about that. You know, when the kids are starving and you're really tempted to order pizza or Chinese delivery, but you've got some chicken breasts laying around, this is the perfect recipe. Eating out can really add up these days too. I'm telling you, even fast food, I don't know what happened, but fast food is not cheap anymore. So I really try and avoid eating out unless it's a special occasion and I just really need a break or we're celebrating something special. But I really do try and cook dinner as much as I can at home. You can control what's in it, you save money, and of course I always say cook up some memories with the family. So many families don't eat dinner together anymore because we're all so crazy busy. My goal, my mission, and my passion is to try and bring family dinners back. Maybe not every night, because it's hard these days. People are busy. They've got lots of after-school activities. My husband Bob's an attorney, and believe it or not, they still have night court once in a while. Remember the old show Night Court? Well, he still has night court sometimes a couple times a month. So some nights it's just not going to happen. It's not in the cards. But if we can make family dinners happen in my house once or twice a week and maybe a Sunday brunch, we really feel like we've connected. And I always say magic happens at the dinner table, and I believe it. So these one skillet recipes are kind of my new bag. I love slow cooker recipes. They are a lifesaver. I love casseroles, but sometimes you just didn't get the time to throw, you know, food in the slow cooker in the morning, or you didn't have time to put together a casserole. So one skillet recipes are just fantastic. I'm trying to come up with more and more of them. So I've got a little olive oil into a big nonstick skillet, and I'm going to take the boneless, skinless chicken breast that I've cut it into small pieces, and brown it up into the oil. That little piece of chicken does not want to get in there. Well, I'm sorry, you're going to. I'm the boss here. Okay. And when you're browning the chicken, it's really important to make sure it's all spread out in the pan. You don't want to overcrowd the pan. So chicken enchilada skillet. So we're going to give this some great Southwest flavor. I've got a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I'm going to season this chicken with. And then a little bit of chili powder. One of the things that I try and do to keep my life a little easier is I try and keep a stocked pantry. And that way when I need to get dinner on the table in a real hurry and I just, you know, I'm home for the night and don't feel like making a last-minute grocery run, I try and keep a lot of things on hand in my pantry. Things like canned tomatoes. So this recipe calls for 2 cans of diced tomatoes with green chili. So I have all sorts, a whole little shelf in my pantry that has different varieties of canned tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, tomato sauce, diced tomatoes, tomatoes with green chilies. Then I have a whole section of my pantry with different pastas, you know, spaghetti and penne and couscous and all sorts of different pastas. I have a whole section of different rices. I have a whole section of different types of beans. So once you have the pantry staples, you can really get creative and shop your pantry before you have to run out to the store. Always have chicken breasts on hand in my freezer. So you could pull these out and let them thaw during the day while you're at work. And then, like I say, The nice thing about this dish, it is going to be done in 15 to 20 minutes, maybe even less. Okay, so my chicken is really getting some nice color. And I'm going to get to work on the rest of the recipe. So the recipe, besides 2 cans, I'm going to season that with the rest of the chili powder, of diced tomatoes with green chilies. It calls for 1 pound of diced Velveeta cheese. So we just have taken a block of Velveeta cheese, diced it into small pieces, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, and some milk. So my chicken breasts are looking nice and brown, and that chili powder is going to give them some great flavor. In goes our canned tomatoes. Our cream of chicken soup. It's going to form a really nice sauce. This is a pretty kid-friendly dish. Most kids like chicken, they like Mexican food, tacos. I really think that you could get them to try this, and I think that they'd really enjoy it. One of the things about family dinners in my house is that it's a good opportunity when you bring a dish like this to the table for the kids to try something different that they might not have had before, but it's still got a lot of the same flavors they love. It's not totally out there. So, you know, if you keep trying, they will, those picky eaters will eat eventually the different things that you put out there on the table. You just have to keep at it. So in goes our 1 pound of cube Velveeta. You cube it up because it's going to melt a lot easier that way. And then we've got some Lamer's milk. Love our Lamer's milk in the glass bottle. And this is going to quickly help melt the cheese and make a really nice, cheesy, wonderful sauce. This recipe is the sauce is just killer. It's just really, really yummy. And by the way, I'm always looking for your recipes. So, you know, I'm not a chef. I'm just a real mom trying to get dinner on the table for her family. So I really appreciate your real mom, dad, and busy people recipes. So if you have any great recipes, please email us and share them. And I'd love to share them on the show. Or you could even come on the show and cook with me. We have lots of the guests on our show are actually just real people out there, besides our wonderful chefs, but that, you know, are cooking up real people recipes for real busy people. Okay. Oh, this smells delicious. And this cheese is going to melt pretty quickly once it hits the hot pan. Now, normally enchiladas have a tortilla, a flour tortilla, but in most cases a corn tortilla. So the shortcut to this recipe is we're actually going to use just tortilla chips that are going to get sprinkled right on top. So that's another shortcut. You don't have to roll the you know, the tortillas and put the chicken mixture in them. We're actually going to just put the chips right on the top. So any type of tortilla chips would work. This is a great way to use up those leftover chips in the bottom of the bag. We want about 3 cups of crushed chips. Even if you have like the flavored Doritos, those work great too. Fritos would also work. So we happen to have some tortilla chips around, and whenever you get down to the bottom of the bag, you've got all those pieces. Don't throw those out. You can collect them and put them in a Ziploc bag, and they're a great topping for this dish. I also do like a turkey taco skillet that they're wonderful in. They also make great casserole toppers. Or you can even bread chicken in these crushed chips and bake them up in the oven. So don't throw the crushed potato chips, the pretzels, the corn chips away. You can use them in lots of other dishes. So, oh, this smells yummy. And Anne, how good does this look? Mm-hmm. So good. I don't even know. I got so excited about this recipe that I don't even know if I said hello and good morning to you.
No, you did not.
Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Did you mix things up this morning? Today's show's all about mixing things up. Did you wear different socks? Did you get crazy? Totally? Yeah?
Everything.
Awesome. Okay. How good does this look? Okay, so here's how you present this dish. You basically take the dish and turn the heat off, and you serve it right in the skillet, which is another reason I like this recipe and my one skillet dishes. I'm not a big fan of doing the dishes. I'm just not. Just gonna be honest, keeping it real. Love to cook, just, yeah, the less dishes, the better. So if you can serve a dish right out of the skillet, bring it on. So you just basically take your crushed chips and throw that over the top. So it's going to have that nice crunchy on top. And then you want to garnish with kind of your favorite Mexican fixing. So you could do a little extra cheddar cheese if you wanted. You could do some shredded lettuce, some diced tomatoes. We've got some sour cream. I don't think I've ever met some sort of Mexican food that doesn't like a little sour cream. When I'm doing something in a skillet like this, I like to put a big dollop of sour cream in the middle, and that way the people who like sour cream can help themselves to the little bit in the middle, and the people that don't, like my daughter Ireland, not a big fan, she can have the outer edges. And then maybe some black olives. Love black olives, can get scattered around. You could do some cilantro. Lots of different ways that you could dress up the top. But there you go, chicken enchiladas, and let's see, less than 15 minutes. And just the best part, not only is it delicious, but just one dish to wash. So if your kids like Mexican food, chicken, and really cheesy recipes, this one is a winner. And we'll put the recipe, by the way, on the website. Coming up, some more quick fix, mix it up ideas to mix up your dinners. Need some new recipes? We've got them. Later, we're going to show you how to make cheesy chili potato skins and a barbecue chicken quesadilla. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.